Welcome to another episode, everyone. Dubs, YouTuber, he has a channel called Dubs. He's misquoting my video. He's misquoting me here on the video that I did about the 50-50 yards. And I have to respond to it only because he's misquoting me and saying that I said something that I did not say. And it's becoming astonishing to me how over the past several days, apparently several people have misquoted what I've said in my video, whichever video it may have been. They saying that they got the video, they listened to it, they watched it, and then they still come on the internet with misinformation, misrepresenting what I said. I know that I'm speaking with clarity in my videos. Cautious and careful with my wording. Think about what I say before I say it. And I'm assuming that I speak clearly. Is this an accident or is this all deliberate at this point? I'm unsure. Let's get into it. What Dubs had to say that I said that I did not say, just so I can clear it up. Again, I went back and forth with myself even. I seen it last night. I wasn't going to say anything. I really was not. I went back and forth with myself whether I should or should not. Ultimately, as you can see, I decided to, only because I said there are going to be people who see his video that have not seen my video. So they're just going to take what he's saying, as true, that this is what I said and this is how I feel about it, when that is not what I said and that is not how I feel about it. So that's the only reason I had to clear it up, because they putting out stuff out here on me that I said that I did not say, and people are going to take it and run with it if I don't clear it up. But let's get into it.
The other day, I saw a video pop up on my feed, right? And it was by Damion Porter. And he's been putting in work. I give him credit. He's putting in work. He's doing 2-3 videos a day, every day. So I respect the grind. This video had to do with Cartoon from 5 Trey Avalon. Cartoon, I guess he has chosen to better himself in his life, and he's now going by Tony. But for the purposes of this video, with all due respect, Tony, I'm just gonna say Cartoon because a lot of people still do know him as Cartoon, right? And before I get into the video, I just want to remind people that didn't know, I know Damion Porter well. We were kids together in the California Youth Authority. We were cool. We got in a fight. He got on YouTube and we were cool. And then over a lie, we had a falling out. It is what it is. I still wish that man well. I'm glad to see his channel blowing up. And as far as Cartoon, I've had personal conversations with Cartoon 2 or 3 times, and I will say every time that I've conversed with Tony, with Cartoon, he's a very respectful individual, and I have nothing bad to say about either one of them, right? So this video was in regards to Jap 5, and there's a lot of heat being put on Jap 5 by 4 Extra. Now, they got in their fight. Whatever happened. But I have to say this. When I see these individuals speak, Jap 5 got in a fight with Crip Mac. He got in a fight with 4 Extra and other people, right? When I see Jap 5 on any interview, I see a cool, calm, collected individual answering questions, telling his story. When I see Crip Mac, I see a character, a like literal cartoon character. He can't just talk. It's all the extras. And then with 4 Extra, look, 4 Extra has a reputation. He fought everybody and he beat everybody up, but it's just so much screaming and yelling, and You know, it's very hard for me to watch, right? But in the heat of this back and forth, 4Extra has accused of Jab 5 of being on a 50-50 yard. That's what I want to talk about. I've done videos about this in the past in regards to blacks and 50-50 yards. But I only listened to a little bit of this video, and I had to turn it off. I did. In the video, Damion Porter said that, well, let me start with this. Tony, Cartoon said he did time in the 80s. And that in the 80s there was no such thing as 50-50 yards, right? There was no such thing as S&Y yards. So he said he doesn't get the concept, right? It never played a part in his life as far as behind those walls. Now, this is another perfect example. In the late 80s, there definitely was Tehachapi and CMC were 50-50 yards. However, there were 50-50 yards for Mexicans and whites, not for blacks. Damion Porter's response was 50-50 yards, 50 plus 50 is 100, and 50-50 yards is 100% no good. But then he turned around and said, but if you go to 50-50 yard just because you want to go home, that's cool. But if you went over there because you got in trouble on an active yard, then you're no good.
Stop it right there real quick. Now, for those who watch my video, you know that is absolutely incorrect. That is absolutely what I did not say. I did not say. And I don't want you to go thinking that that's what I said, or that's what it is, or that's what I believe. Again, that's the purpose for this video, just to clear it up. I did not say, but he just said that he only watched a part of the video and he had to turn it off. Well, that explains it. You didn't watch the video, but whatever part of the video you watch, I never said that. In any part of the video have I ever said that if you go to the 50-50 yard because they removed you for some infraction or another, then you're all bad. But if you go to the 50-50 yard just because you want to go home, then it's cool. No, that's not what I said. What I said was, if you go to the 50-50 yard, what I said was, at some point I did say that there was a difference between, going to a 50-50 yard because you want to go home, or because you asked to go over there, or because they just put you over there off the bus, as opposed to going over there because you were violently removed from a yard because you are a snitch, a chomo, or whatever. That's just my personal feeling. However, I made it explicitly clear that for whatever reason you go over there, either one of those reasons, you got removed, you volunteered to go over there, they put you over there, fresh off the bus, however you ended up over there on that yard, the yard is no good. 50-50 equals 100% bad. I did a whole video on it. I said in my title, if you go to a 50-50 yard, you are cooked. I didn't say you're okay, you're not cooked if you ask to go over there, or if they just happen to put you over there. You're not cooked then. No, I said you're cooked, and then went on to explain in great detail. I even let it be known that if they put you over there fresh off the bus, or if you requested to go over there because you didn't really know the politics and what was going on, you have 7 days to get off of the yard, or you're no good. I don't care how you got over there. You asked to go, they put you over there. You have 7 days to get off of the yard. If you're strong and an active individual, an active member, you have 7 days to get off of that yard. I said, in some situations and on some yards, they're giving you 2 days to get off of the yard. But the general consensus is you have about 7 days to get off of the yard. Now, many other people were asking questions in the comments. I thought I cleared most of it up, but my viewers still have some questions. They asked me, what about a non-affiliate? Can he go to a 50-50 yard? Is it okay? What about a level 1 and 2? What are they supposed to do? And they asked a few more questions. So I'm going to have to do another video and clear some of that up for my viewers, because I want all of us to be on the same page. But understand this as well. I did not make these rules. I didn't make the rules. I don't have that much power. I didn't make the rules, bro. And I'm not even saying anything. There's some rules on these level 4s that I don't even agree with, that should change. But I don't make the rules. I just abide by them. Once they are made, I abide by them. But let's continue.
Look, the Mexicans and whites are the ones that came up with the 50-50 thing. It was not a CDC thing until way later, right? That was internal politics. The groups that the Mexicans were under, the various different factions of Mexicans, as well as the whites. The legends made decisions. That yard's no good, and that yard's no good. That's a 50-50 yard. That's a 50-50 yard. Basically, you have a time limit. You had a curfew. If a yard is righteously no good and you're active, you will never be sent there. If a yard has a curfew, that is a 50-50 yard, and they will send actives because the CDC did not abide by the politics of the convicts. Up until all these cell phones got put in the prisons, then all of a sudden you had blacks tripping on, well, that's a 50-50 yard, that's a 50-50 yard. But the 50-50 yard was designated by either Mexicans or whites and Mexicans. I told you guys about the story where I got sent to Tehachapi, got out of the SHU in 97, got sent down to Tehachapi.
I was going to let that go, but let me just address that real quick. First of all, it sounds like he's just saying this to sort of agree with Cartoon, maybe ignite a little something or whatever. No one's going to take the bait, bro. Look, the thing is this. It really doesn't matter anyway, as I've said before, at this juncture, where the rule came from. We can eliminate that because it has no bearing on the situation at hand. What matters is, and what the situation is, this is what the rule is. Now, if they came up with it yesterday and got it from Jesus, this is what the rule is, and either you are going to abide by it or you are not. And I believe that it's fallacious to insinuate that we got these politics from the Southsiders and the whites because they had designated certain yards. Yeah, they had designated certain yards back in the days. Back in my time, they had designated certain yards, of course. But once the police said that this is a 50-50 yard, once the administration said that we're going to put snitches, chomos, and all of this over here on this yard, and some of you can go over there. Once they said what the yard was going to be, that was it. That's when the blacks said, no, you can't go over there to that kind of yard. It had nothing to do with the Southsiders and the whites. But here's some content for you, Dubs. Explain to me and explain to your viewers how the legends, the Mexican mafia, usurped their structure from the BGF, the Black Guerrilla family. Just like everything else in this country, black people create it, others usurp it, and then take the credit for it as if they came up with it, i.e. Elvis Presley and rock and roll and everything else that this country has to offer. We have invented and created, and someone else takes it and takes the credit for it. Let's talk about that. If you want to talk about someone adopting someone else's politics, our politics are totally different than the Southsiders' politics, bro. We did not take any politics from the Southsiders. We have politics that are of our own behind those walls. It is a misnomer to believe that we don't have any politics or that we don't stand on any politics. No, that's untrue. We have strong politics behind those walls. Our politics are different than everyone else's. Word is, and this is another video for you, Dubs, that the Southsiders have a rule that if you go to a PC yard or whatever, you can pay money to the legends and come back to the main line. They're not going to get it from you in blood. You can just pay money no matter what your infraction was, no matter why you were on that PC yard, and head back to the main line. That's what I heard. Is that true? Maybe you can speak on that. Maybe you're not going to want to speak on that. Let's not act like we got these politics from you all, because that's what Cartoon said that he heard, and now you want to double down on that. Give yourself all of this credit like you came up with all of these politics, and we had to take it from you all. Listen, at the end of the day, again, it really doesn't matter. What matters is, this is what the rule is, and either y'all weak asses are going to follow it or you're going to go PC, bro. Make up your mind. That's it. All this trying to find a way out of it, why it came to be, who made the rules, and all that. The rule is no good. None of that holds any weight.
Tehachapi was a 50-50 yard. They were flipping it to make it a main line at the time, and then it flipped back all the way to SNY, I believe, right? But we were the very first bus. There was 6, maybe 7 Southerners on that bus. I don't know how many whites, but a bunch of blacks. Every one of the Southerners that was on that bus with us, we all whacked somebody and went to the hole. Not one black did, because it wasn't a 50-50 yard to them. Blacks have gone to CMC. There's a YouTuber. CMC is one of the worst, historically worst sex offender yards in the history of the California Department of Corrections. And we have a content creator on YouTube that's black that went there. The CDC felt safe sending him there. They knew he wasn't going to do anything because he was a programmer. And there's nothing wrong with being a programmer. But that was a 50-50 yard. One of the worst trash yards in the state. But for him, it wasn't, because social media hadn't grabbed a hold of the term. You know, before social media grabbed a hold of the term dropout, you never heard that. Only the people that were in that world heard that word. And they knew what it meant and they knew how to apply it. But you got guys on social media that apply it to people that they're PC. There's a difference between a PC and a dropout. But people don't know these things. And that's why I wanted to make this video. I get it now that the blacks are pushing the 50-50 yard. They're pushing that line now too. I just don't understand how when I heard Damion Porter break it down to, if you get sent to a 50-50 yard and you stay there because you want to go home, it's cool. But if you're on a main line, an active yard, and you get in some trouble and they send you to the 50-50 yard, then that's not right. Well, what happens when the guy that wants to go home gets sent and put in the cell with the guy that fucked up? You see what I'm saying? Makes zero sense. He's still going to be okay? That's the question I have for Damion. And this is no hostility. I have nothing against Damion, man. Like I said, we had a falling out, but I know the dude, man. But maybe
I had to close that freaking window, man. They out there doing something. And, you know, so there you have it, man. He just misquoted me. If you watch my video, you know exactly what I said. In fact, I essentially gave that same analogy as to why you're no good if you go over there, because you end up being in a cell with a child rape, as I said, or with a snitch. You end up being in the cell or on the yard with an individual that is no good, who can no longer come to the main line. And if you're a mainline individual, you're not supposed to be there with an individual who can't be on the main line. If you're there with him in a cell with an individual who can't be on the main line, of course the individuals on the general population yard is going to see that as a form of betrayal. Because if we can get to this dude, we would, and we'd take care of it. We can't, but you're right there with him, and you're not taking care of it. Instead, you're programming with someone who's no good, who we ran off of the yard, then you're just as bad as him. That's what I said. As to why I was saying you're not cool if you go over there, whether you got removed from the yard or not. I said, if you volunteer to go over there, raise your hand. I did just like this. You got 7 days to get off the yard. If they put you over there, when you get off of the bus from the Los Angeles County Jail, whatever county jail, you have 7 days to get off of the yard. Attack someone and get off of the 50-50 yard. You have 7 days. Or you are no good. That's what I said. Because that's what it is. Where it came from, why blacks started politicking this way, and all that is all a distraction and a smokescreen. No one gives a two flying shits where it came from. The bottom line is, this is what it is. Either you are down with this or you are not. And if you are not, keep your weak ass on that 50-50 PCR. Stay in your lane. Stay where you belong. That's all. It's simple. Why does everyone want to try to complicate it? Oh. Right. Gotcha.
you can elaborate on that, because it makes zero sense to me. If a dude is active, whether he wants to go home or not, if the CDC placed him on a 50-50 yard and he's really politicking, he's got to get off.
No freaking... Exactly. That's what I've been saying. You know, don't watch 10 seconds of my video and then come on here and make a whole video saying I said something that I didn't say. When in fact, I'm saying I said everything you're saying. That if you're active and you hit that yard, you got to get off the yard. There's no excuse for you staying on that yard. No one wants to hear any excuse. The rule is you got to go. I said some individuals, some cars, some factions giving you 2 days to get off the yard. 2, 1, 2, before they deem you bad. Some are more graceful and say that you have 7 days to get off the yard. But either way, you have to get off of the yard or you're no good. I said that in every video. Where did you hear that I said it? Your whole video right now is based on a false premise, a false foundation. You grew a whole video out of something that never happened. Just took this and ran with it, and this never happened. And said all kind of stuff based on this that never happened. I mean, come on, man. No, bro. It's all good. That's not what I said. Go back and watch the video. Listen to it. Please, everyone, listen to my videos. You'll see exactly what I said. It's clear.
Now, each group would look at it their own way. Like, if I can just tell you this, if you're a Southerner and you get housed on a 50-50 yard and you know you got to get off within, let's say, 90 days, you have to be off that yard. You have to be in that, say, within 90 days of arrival to that yard. And the Southerner decides to go and fist fight somebody that's no good on the yard. He goes back to Ad Say, he's going to get hit. He's going to get hit. The Southerners will look at that as a PC move. You were better off just staying on that yard and selling up with that guy. That's how the Southerners look at it. However, other groups might look at it as, hey, he got off. It is what it is. There's different levels and different approaches. One doesn't make the other one wrong or right. It's just the politics of that car. From my understanding, Jap 5 was sent to what they were referring to as prison land. And that was an opportunity, I believe, over there. They offer drug counseling. Like, you could literally take the course there, get out and become a drug counselor. They had different things, and they were allowing people to program and giving them a chance at a trade, education, whatever. How is that a bad thing? Now, if his car had that place labeled as something, that's within his car. Jap 5 is a Hoover. 4X is a Crip. I don't, in my dealings with the blacks, I've said it. When I used to have to interact with the blacks and discuss something with the black groups, when I would talk to the Bloods, it was so simple. At the most, there's a 2-letter group and there's a 3-letter group. At the most, if they're both there, I'm going to talk to those 2 dudes. Boom. We're done. We're all on the same page. Hopefully. But for the Crips, man, I had to talk to a bunch of different people. That's not a good thing, talking to a bunch of different people. The Hoovers, I could talk to one dude. But I know for a fact the Crips just can't tell the Hoovers what to do, and the Hoovers can't tell the Crips what to do. And that's the thing that's being left out of this conversation. There isn't one group that speaks for all the blacks as far as like the legends. Whereas for the raza, for the Mexicans behind the walls, you have 2 groups that speak for all of them. And when they tell their people what to do, that's what it is. It ain't changing. So I give you this, Damion Porter. If you see this, because I'm sure people are gonna say I'm hating on you, which I'm not. Maybe that's a great content idea for you. Is it universal for blacks now to adhere to the 50-50 rule? And I'm not asking him to explain which group was able to get all the different black factions to agree. But when I hear this, like, I understand 1,000% what Cartoon's saying. California didn't have protective custody up until what? 1996 or 7. There was no such thing. And I believe the that really started with Calipatria, D facility. You had Mule Creek, which was changed quick to no good, 50-50 yard, but it wasn't full blown PC. There were horrible inmates on the yard that, you know, Mexicans and whites, if they landed there, they're gonna have to get off immediately. But anyways, that's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe.
All right. So there you have it. I've already spoke on that, actually, when I did a follow-up video that same day, 50-50 yard. And maybe I didn't go deep into the black politics about it. I'm still not going to go too deep into the black politics about it. But I spoke on it, certainly made it clear what the rules are. And you can agree or disagree. And it's all good, with Dubs, man. I don't even remember what the fallout was about. I don't even remember. He said it was over a lie or something. That's how much I swear, I don't even know what he's talking about or what video it was or what the fallout was over or whatever. So I know one thing, he did help me out a lot when I came on YouTube. I mean, he helped me more than anyone else, you know what I'm saying? Period, to this day. In many different ways, he helped me when I first came on YouTube, bro. He sent a lot of people my way, a lot of his viewers, a lot of his subscribers my way. I know that much. So there's that. And I recognize that and haven't forgotten that. And my channel is not blowing up. I don't know why people say that. I be looking at this channel like, man, this shit is trash. I got to do better. I need some better content. I know what some of the problem is me. It's the content that I'm doing. It's the way that I'm doing the content. It's all sorts of stuff, but no, bro, nowhere near it. I got so much work to do. I'm behind the scenes working on it, man, to get better at this. I'm behind the scenes working. It hasn't shown yet, but it will soon. But I just wanted to clear that up, man. It's all good. It's no back and forth. It's no beef or nothing like that here, as far as I'm concerned. I just wanted to clear that up. That what I actually said. Go back and watch my video. 50-50 equals 100. 50-50 yards no good. Don't go or you're cooked or whatever. I just did it a couple of days ago. Go look at it. You will see exactly what I said there. And in a video where I was responding to Cartoon, Big Tony, where I said that, Big Tony attacks Damion Porter, whatever. In that video as well, I said the same thing, that it's all bad if you go to a 50-50 yard. Now, again, a lot of the viewers had still comments. I'm going to have to go back and look at them and see exactly, because I want to respond to them. I want to clear up a few things. You all asked some legitimate questions. You still had questions about the 50-50 yard. I thought maybe I cleared most of it up, but some of the questions you asked make a lot of sense. Still a few things I need to clear up. Go back and look at those comments and see the answers that you all need, and I'm gonna bring that to you, I'm sure, sometime today. Because I just want to be clear about everything. But also, let's be clear again on the fact that I didn't make these rules, bro. And I'm not out in the street trying to press these rules that's in prison. 50 yards. And if I'm not out here, it may seem like it. I'm trying to press this or something. I'm not in prison. I'm not trying to press this, bro. And I didn't make the rule. It's nothing personal. My job is to just give you all the information to explain the rules to you. You can agree with them. You can disagree. You have that right. Yes, I do feel like it's different if someone goes over there and they didn't do anything. Yes, I look at Jap differently than I would look at someone else who got removed from the yard. Not just Jap, whoever it was, even Crip Mac, right? Someone who didn't go over there because they snitched, chomo, whatever. They didn't get ran off the yard and go over there. They just said, man, I just don't, I don't want to deal with all that. I just want to go home. And they went over there, but they was on the street squabbling. They was squabbling in the county jail. All this. They ain't got no smut on their name. They just wanted to go home to their family and all that. Yes, I look at you different. Then I look at someone who did some bull up in there, snitched on the people or something, threw your people under the bus, and you got ran over there as you should. Then yeah, I look at you as a piece of you know what. So yeah, I look at it different, bro. That's me and my personal feelings. That's how I feel about it. And I'm sure individuals in there see that difference as well. We're all human beings. But nevertheless, the rule is unwavering. That regardless as to why you went over there, you were sent, you volunteered, they took you over there off the bus. Whichever one of those three, if you are over there and stay over there, you are all bad. I'm just telling you how they look at it as it stands today. Who came up with it, why they came up with it, why they just now start pushing that recently, I don't know, bro. I ain't got nothing to do with all that. I don't care about none of that either. All I know is I get somewhere and they tell me the rules, I never question them. Who came up with that rule? I mean, why, man, bro, what's the rules? I need to know them because I'm about to follow them. That's it. Why this rule? Every yard has different rules. Man, I don't hit this yard and say, man, I was just over there. It was cool. We can gamble over there. We can smoke dope over there. What you talking about? We can't do it over here. Man, that's that yard. Go back over there. Over here, these rules are this. You can go from C yard to B yard in the same prison, and there are different rules. You just got to adopt, and you have to adjust, bro. That's what I don't like all of that stuff either. All that political stuff. Like, dang, as soon as you get used to one situation, here goes somebody else shot calling, want to change up, and yeah, you got to do this and do that. Yeah, and yeah, I want my brothers to come home. I want everyone to come home. Southsiders, all that. Get home to your family, bro. If you feel like you got to go to a 50-50 yard, stay out of the nonsense to go home, do what you got to do. I never said not to do it. I just said understand that once you do, this is how you're going to be looked at. This is what the rules say, that you're now no good. You're still maybe a good person, a great father, a great son, a great husband. But you're a no good gang member. You're a bad gang member. Bad, bad, bad. We can kick it. We can kick it on some. I kick it with a dude that been in a 50-50 yard out here on the street. I don't think if you went over there and you volunteered to go and you didn't go over there because you did something horribly bad, Because as I said, I see that differently, bro. You trying to get home. That's fine. It's still all bad to them, and it still is all bad because you were over there with some individuals who are all bad. You are who you associate with. You're guilty by association. This makes you all bad too. But I can also separate and recognize the fact that you didn't do anything to get over there. That's fine. I'll get my little daughter, Malika, Ashanti. I don't have any kids, but when I have one, that's going to be it. A little DP or little Malika, little Ashanti. And we can go to the kids' park. You get your kid, and we can go to Chuck E. Cheese. I'm not saying that you're a bad human being. You might be a great father. Might save black lives out here. But we just can't kick it in the hood. We can't kick it on any gang type stuff. On any of that stuff that relates to gang politics or the game inside of the culture. The game that you disavowed when you were in prison. The rules that you did not uphold. We can no longer relate on that level. Because I can't relate to that. And I'm not going to try to relate to that. You're not going to make me. You're not going to force me to relate to that. I'm not going to relate to that. I believe that I'd rather die first. That's what I believe. That's how I feel. That if I went back to prison today, I'm going to a level 4 yard. Mandatory. I'm walking on the yard. General population, main line, like I've always done. And ain't nobody about to tell me I can't. Nobody. That's just it. But that's me. Everyone else do what they do, man. Everybody else do what they do. I ain't got nothing against nobody, bro. I'm not trying to attack anyone. I know I came at the J Hood a little bit. It seemed like it. I'm done with that, bagged up off of that. I'm certainly not coming at the Jap. Certainly look at his situation different. Not just because I have personal ties with him. Not just because I care about him personally. Not just because he's from Hoover. But because he didn't do anything to get over there. He just volunteered to go over there, or they put him over there off the bus. He was on the street squabbling. He was kind of in jail squabbling. You know what I mean? He's not no buster. He didn't snitch on anybody. He didn't, So yes, of course, I look at that different, bro. Yes, I do. Yes. Then someone, as I said, who did something to get over it. Yes, I look at it different. But are you cool? Is it cool to go over there? Even though you did nothing wrong? The rules say no. You cannot go, you cannot be over there for more than 7 days, regardless of why you are over there. If you think about how you got over there, anything you can conceive of as to how you can end up on a 50-50 yard. Taking all of that into consideration, however you got over there, you have maximum 7 days, and again, in some situations, 2 or 3 days. Some dudes in there pushing a line. You got 2 days to get off that yard. You got to get off on the first dude you see. Basically, what that means. Others, you got 7. But what you choose to do with that and with that information is your decision. I'm just giving you the information. I'm not in there. I'm not going to do nothing to you. I'm just telling you what the rules are in there. That's my job on this channel, to give it to you straight. This is what's going on in there, bro. I'm not saying I support it. I'm not saying it's this and that. I never said any of that. I keep my personal feelings out of it. I'm just telling you what it is. You can agree with it or not agree with the rule. You don't like where the rule came from. You don't like when they just started this rule not too long ago. Why do we got to listen to this? It's the Southsiders rule. It's the, hey, everybody got their reasons as to why they don't want to follow this or whatever the rule may be. Everybody got an excuse that breaks a rule as to why they broke it, bro. After the fact. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I'm not asking any questions about why this rule is in place. I've never asked a question like that when I hit a yard. Who came up with this rule? Who said that? Whoever came up with it, this is what it is. This has been going down. You think you about to come and change it? No. You're going to fall in line with it, bro. You're not bigger than the program. This is what it is. So I never even asked those kind of questions. I don't care where the rule came from, who made it. If a 12-year-old made it, if everyone agreed on it, he can make sense too with this rule. 15-year-olds came up with this rule, 16-year-old. I don't give, man, all of these different reasons and excuses. Bro, this is what the rule is, brother. Either you're going to follow it or you are not. That's your decision. And I'm not telling you what to do. That's not my job. My job is just to give you the information on what's going on behind those walls, what the rules are. What you do with it is up to you. I'm not telling you what to do or how to think. I'm just telling you what it is. And I'll tell you what I would do and what I wouldn't do and why I would do it and why I wouldn't do it. But that's me. Everyone else do whatever you want to do, bro. So anyway, I just wanted to clear that up. Sheesh, get some other freaking content. Now I'm mad. Spent 50 minutes or something on this stuff, man. Could have did 2 or 3 other videos in that time. Something that I didn't say. I never said that. That is cool if you go over there. I didn't say that. I didn't mean to say that. I mean exactly what I say every time I say it. I say exactly what I mean. I said exactly what I said. That you're all bad if you go over there. Damn why you got there, how you got there. No one wants to hear it. Because it happens. You can end up over there for different reasons. That's true. You got 7 days to get out. But you do what you want to do. You can say, I'm not leaving. I'm staying here. Many people have made that decision. I got homies over there that ain't did nothing wrong. OGs, all that, bro. I'm not trying to speak bad against these individuals. I'm just telling you what the rules are. Now, I can break down exactly where it came from and how it came about. I can get deep into that, bro. I was involved in a hunger strike. And man, these dudes, they don't, I can get deep into that, bro. I just don't expose everything, though. Some things, everything's not for the internet. I know exactly where the rule comes from, how it happened, and not get it from the Southsiders, bro. I'm not going to get into that. That's it. I just want to clear that up. No disrespect, as I didn't take anything Dub said as any sort of disrespect or anything like that. I have no disrespect towards that man, that individual whatsoever. At this point in my life, like I said, I don't even remember the fallout or whatever. I just want to clear that up though, because like I said, I'm dealing with the J Hood stuff and all that. I got to do better, man. I just want to clear that up. I want to put out all this negative energy, stabbing at the stabbing. But I just want to clear that up because I don't want to be misquoted on the internet or misrepresented. His videos out there is going to be out there forever with him saying that this is what I said. Damion Porter said it was cool if you go to the 50-50 yard and you've done nothing wrong. Why is that cool? I didn't say that, bro. Why are you telling these people I said that? These people are going to listen to that and believe it because they don't know anything. They don't know that I said something different. They don't watch my channel. They only watch what he said. They have a certain interpretation of me that's built from a false premise. So I just wanted to clear it up, man. Stay safe and stay free, people.